All right, I'm gonna try to keep this short. I really am, but it's a lot to talk about. I wasn't gonna address the situation. I really didn't want to do it, but I saw this recent post that kind of just lit a fire in my brain, and it's not gonna go away if I ignore it. I have to address the situation. Um, Let me say first that I've done my research, so it's not like I'm just gonna be spitting biased opinion in this video. I've done the research, so I've seen both sides. Basically, all I hope to get out of this video, all I want you to get is that Caitlyn Jenner and Rachel D cannot be compared. The two situations are different, and I'm not saying that what Rachel D did was deplorable. I actually I somewhat admire what she did, and I'll get to all that in a second. So let's look at the definition of transracial. Transracial simply says across or crossing racial boundaries. The definition of transgender is not conforming to the gender you were assigned at birth. And let's keep in mind that there's a lot of other terms that go under that definition, because you have people that are non-binary and androgynous and gender fluid. So everything goes under that one umbrella term. So the issue on June 16th, 2015, that America is now facing is the right to acclaim identity, whether it be your racial identity or your gender identity. From what I've read and from the research that I've done, it looks as though Rachel did what she did because she grew up almost in a black community. Her parents adopted several black children, so she had black siblings. So I guess she almost saw firsthand some of the issues that African Americans face, and she came to the conclusion that the only way to be the most productive advocate for African Americans that she possibly could was to be black or portray herself as black. I watched the interview. I'm not sure it was on CNN or ABC or something like that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I watched. This is what I saw. At no point in time did she say she felt like she was supposed to be black. At no point in time did she say that she like wanted to be black. She never said she wanted her skin to be darker. She never said she wanted to be from the hood. Like, honestly, without trying to sound too opinionated, I think with her it was more about the culture. With this, it's not about the skin tone. It's not about the outward appearance for her. Um, she just wanted to identify with the black culture. And the reason why I say that is because there's one big keyword to being transgender that people seem to forget and people seem to not understand. There's a big keyword to seeing yourself and feeling as though you were meant to be something else. And that keyword is dysphoria. If you don't know what dysphoria is, it's a depression, it's an insecurity. Dysphoria in cisgendered people, your dysphoria could be oh, your thighs are too fat, and like, but it gets you to a point where you're literally depressed because your thighs are too fat. That's what dysphoria would be in a cisgender person. In a transgender person, dysphoria is associated with the parts of your body that that give you your gender. That's what dysphoria is like. When you look in the mirror, like if you're a female to male and you look in the mirror and you see, no facial hair and a chest, and you know that you have female reproductive organs, that literally, it almost disgusts you. It's like, this is not who you were meant to be. And at no point in that interview did she ever say, oh, I can't stand being white. I can't stand having this Caucasian skin or anything like that. But correct me if I'm wrong, but I did not hear her say that. And the thing that is the catalyst right there that causes transgender people to transition, the dysphoria. Her catalyst was not dysphoria. Her motive was just to be an advocate for African Americans. That is all. I'm not dismissing the transracial issue. because I'm a very open-minded person. But as of right now, there's no facts that transracial is even a thing. Um, if you can show me somebody that literally felt like they were meant to be the opposite race, not even the opposite race because there is no opposite race. That's another thing. But if there's is some type of way that you can tell me that you were born Caucasian and that you feel as though you should have been born Asian, or your skin complexion should have been Asian. Let me say that, because that is the kicker right there. That's what changes it from a racial thing to just purely a cultural thing. So I'm not even gonna call it transracial. Rachel's story is specifically transcultural, and I think that's all it is. And I honestly think that it cannot be compared to transgender. And I'm sorry, like I said, I'm sorry if it sounds opinionated, but I'm looking at the facts right here. I'm looking at the facts, and until you present me with facts that people are born wanting to be, because I mean, how many times have you heard of this before? This is the first I've heard. When I look up transracial, Rachel's the only story that comes up. So, I'm open to anything. I'm very open minded, but there's nothing here. I think it's purely a transcultural issue and nothing more. It cannot be compared to transgender. It's not the same. If you feel otherwise, let me know. Please not in the comments though. Please not in the comments. Please address me. This is my opinion. I don't need anybody else to get into this. I need no controversy on my Facebook, on my YouTube, or whatever. But that's how I feel. I feel better now for talking about it. So that's my standpoint. I'm done. Whatever.